Hey, what do we got here?
A Qianlong bowl.
Qianlong bowl.
Uh-huh.
Okay, explain what a Qianlong bowl is to me.
Qianlong was the period around 1700 when this bowl was done.
Well, there's the Chinese stamp on the bottom of it.
Right, yeah. And this has the date on it even, 1795.
Okay. All right, I think it's beautiful. Where'd you get it?
About 52 years ago, I bought this.
Okay, so at least I know it's at least 50 years old.
I think it's a lot older than that. I came down to pawn shop today to sell my Qianlong bowl. I bought it 50 years ago from a dealer. I'm asking $6,000 for it. The least I would take would probably be $4,000. And I figured, well, maybe it's time for somebody else to be able to enjoy it.
You know, I just love everything about this. I mean, remember, this was done with no power tools. There was no massive temperature controls or anything like that, you know. It was more of an art than a science.
Yeah.
So do you know much about the Qianlong dynasty?
No, I don't.
Okay. I don't know a whole lot about Chinese porcelain. In Europe in the 1700s, 1800s, they were fascinated by Chinese porcelains.
Yes, they were.
And it wasn't until I think the late 1700s that they even figured out how to make porcelain in Europe. The Chinese, they were really tight on the way they made their glazes, the way they fired it, and everything else like that.
Yes.
So there had to be a lot of experimentation in Europe to try and figure out how are the Chinese making this stuff. And it took a very long time for the Europeans to figure out how to make porcelain, which is very refined clay. I think it's really cool. I mean, Asian ceramics have always sort of fascinated me. I'd never really got into them a lot, but they're the ones who invented this stuff. Well, there's no chips in it, I can tell you that.
No, there isn't.
Okay, I'm not going to drop it. So, you're looking to sell it, I assume?
Yes, yeah.
How much are you asking?
I'm asking $6,000.
I'm assuming if it's a bowl from the 1700s, there is a lot of value here. What it is exactly, I don't know.
I've seen them on the internet by the same maker for in the tens of thousands.
But something 10 years ago from today, in a lot of things, it's two completely different worlds. After the crash, so many things changed. Almost everything went down in value, and only part of those things went back up. And I couldn't tell you about the bowl. I don't know a lot about it.
If this is in fact Chinese porcelain over 200 years old, it will be the nicest piece of porcelain I have ever had in my shop. But I gotta make sure it's real before I lay out a dime.
If you don't mind, I'd like to have a friend come down. He's an expert in Asian antiquities. He will know everything there is to know about it.
Good.
And one other thing, he dresses a little weird, so don't be shocked, okay?
Okay.
Okay, I'm gonna give him a call. I'll be right back, all right?
All right, very good.
Wow. This is a gorgeous, gorgeous piece of Chinese ceramic. It's still absolutely in impeccable condition. I mean, I'm going to say museum quality for what I've seen. I am Dr. Phineas Castle, and I'm an expert in Asian art and antiques and architecture. I lived in Asia for 7 years, studying the art, the architecture, and the artifacts from an anthropological point of view.
So tell me what you know about it.
You know what I love about it? Do you see the iridescence of that bowl? The iridescence was actually done by grinding pearls and putting pearls into the glaze itself. This bowl was used to hold water and rose petals for the royal court.
I find it really interesting. I find it really cool, but is it real?
So to really know whether this is a Qianlong bowl or not is to look on the back. As you look at ancient Chinese configurations, you're going to get 6 figures. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So when I look at this, what I'm seeing here, this means Jia, and this says Qing, Jia Qing dynasty. Unfortunately, this is not Qianlong. This is another dynasty. And the Jia Qing dynasty was after Qianlong. This was the dynasty of his son.
So it's Jia Qin, not Qianlong.
We are Jia Qin
Jia
bowl.
Qin.
Okay, Chia Chin.
So I absolutely do believe it is authentic to that dynasty.
All right, so what do you think it's worth?
Okay, so I'm going to say a good, solid wholesale price on it would be $3,000.
Okay. Well, thanks, man.
Yes, sir,
I
absolutely.
really
My
appreciate
pleasure.
it.
I am absolutely amazed that there is a bowl like that floating around. How did that bowl get to Las Vegas? My hope is that someday it may end up in a museum.
Okay.
The final offer would be $4,500.
You know, I should pay $3,000 for it. I'll pay $3,500 because I find it a really fascinating piece and I think it'll sell.
Well, I have been offered more for it. Would you consider 4?
I'll tell you what, I'll go 38 and I'm probably crazy for doing it.
Okay, I'll take the 38.
Okay, cool. I really appreciate it. Leave that right there. Follow me and we'll go do some paperwork.
3,800 is pretty close to the 4,000 that I was really asking. I am smiling because I can buy another piece.